name's Estella. This is Edvard Munch's The Scream. I had a reference image of the original painting in front of me, and I used a wireframe to sketch out where all the elements are within that frame, so that when you're viewing it from the front, if it's in a framed piece, it looks exactly like how the original painting does. I also used the oil brush with the straight edge tool, which was really effective in making the lines converge on the dock. I think because it's expressionist, it's not as rendered, it doesn't have to be as precise. The strokes are more expressive and they're more abstract. And bringing that into VR was a fun challenge to figure out the shape of the piece. When you're looking at it, it looks like, oh, it's all flat. But then once you step into the piece, you're like, oh, whoa, okay, the dock actually moves up a little higher and the waves around you are vertically like rising up and into this kind of curvature shape overall. Munch's story was that he was walking down the beach with two of his friends and he heard this wild scream, and it was the shriek of nature and like how he and the world around him were so incorporated with everything else. That's why it all kind of melds together. So he was having this experience while two of his friends continued walking on in the background. I started building up with the oil brush tool, and starting from darker colors, building up onto the more saturated, lighter colors as well. I was looking closer into the Munch painting original, and I think he has this orange or red painting under it, and so I wanted to try that out for the VR painting. I wanted to create a background that has a gradient using those reds so that when I put any strokes on top of it, some of those reds and oranges will kind of seep through. It also has the same tone as the red hot bleeding sky in Munch's original. This one was really fun to just express and paint along with Munch. I felt like I was painting with him as I was doing it. I wanted to frame the piece so that when the viewer first starts off, they see the piece like they normally would. Once you start moving, you're like, oh wait, it's three-dimensional. I like playing with that and breaking that expectation of a 2D image actually being a 3D image. It was incredibly fun to be able to adapt this for VR.
SoulPancake.